Hey guys, welcome back and happy Easter. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic weekend. Mine was not quite as relaxing as it could have been, but definitely a very nice weekend with the family. Opening season of my kids' Little League, so a lot of baseball and all that stuff going on. So we are back, we are exhausted, and more about this gal, Irina Pereira, who is the CEO of Unleashed Games. Her upcoming game, Haven, is, I believe, the first release from her studio. Little backstory on her, she's, I guess, a previous Blizzard employee. I guess she worked on World of Warcraft. I'm not quite sure what in what aspect, but she has been part of several studios, and she is the one, Irina Pereira was, that did this whole thing where she basically punched the beehive, talking about how, wait till they notice that none of our starting characters in our alpha builder are white males. None out of 6, with a little tee-hee giggling little emoji, right? So then, of course, she did the thing where it's all about representation, and it doesn't matter because you have to start with some character anyways, so what does it matter? And she wasn't trying to provoke anybody, right? Then she privated her account. She kind of went on the down low for a few days. Well, here we are back today, and thank God for Packer Girl on Twitter. Go give her a follow. Packer with a 9_girl. She has screenshotted all these tweets that I was reading in real time and didn't get around to screenshotting, so good on her. I really appreciate this. She says, Irina does, none of the complaints levied against me or Unleashing Games, it's actually Unleashed Games, but their username on Twitter is Unleashing, are true. I work very closely with an incredible team that includes the demographic I'm accused of excluding. If this feels hypocritical, perhaps the answer is a lot simpler. The characters I referenced are demo characters, stand-ins for our character creator, which will include the ability to configure a character to your liking. We are a startup with a prototype that's been building for less than a year. Oh, excuse me. We would appreciate the grace of understanding the game features don't come for free. They have to be built by people who deserve a salary. Building a game costs a lot of time and money. If you'd like to invest, we are taking calls. So, on one hand, she has tried her best to stir up controversy and piss people off with her game. And on the other hand, she's over here saying, oh no, we need backers, we need money. Please send us money because we can't do this for free. Haven's a cross-platform, family-friendly, cooperative RPG with old-school MMO vibes targeted toward a broad audience of both men and women. Adult and teen. If this isn't your jam, that's totally fine. We can't please everyone. But definitely, we won't exclude anyone. That was never in the plan, ever. And then she goes on and say, check out our weekly stream. Okay, so now this is where it gets funny. So she's already made a sales pitch, essentially, to get backers for her game, which honestly looks like trash. They have the playtest here, and it does not look good. It looks like really old school RPG, but like MMORPG, but not even, I don't know, it's very bad in my opinion. Ironically, she makes this poor guy choose a woman, I guess, female character. They could have picked a male character for the playtest. We could have seen if there actually was a male character, but he picked the female. So maybe that was him not wanting to pick a guy in front of his boss. I don't know. But we'll get to this in a minute. This is funny. Yeah, you have these tweets later on. Somebody quote tweeted her and said, you were laughing at white male gamers you excluded, at least be honest. And she goes, these are demo characters, stand-ins for a character creator. No one was excluded. We're on a budget and we get what we get, and we don't get upset when people are working under rate. It just turned out we ended up with no one with white skin out of the 3 males that got into the game. Ironically, the very first character we got into the game was white and blonde, our Forester. I want him attached to our shared building. Unfortunately, his rig was broken, so none of his animations worked, so he didn't make it in. I thought it was funny how things worked out, hence the giggle. I'm sorry that you took that giggle so personally. I was amused. I didn't intend to hurt anyone by my giggle. And you'll see that that's a lie. A big fat lie in a minute. You were laughing at white male gamers you excluded. Hang on. Okay. So per Captain Sheppy, who's the one in this conversation, says, our default character is white and male. Would you think it'd be okay for us to tweet, we have no black women in our game, hee hee? And Irina responds, that's what usually happens. When, Irina? When does that ever happen? If you see this video, Irina, tell me when it happens. Just show me one example where somebody says, haha, no black women in our game. So Captain Sheppy says, before you block me again, I will ask if you think the attention you've garnered is positive for your game. I'd fire anyone that caused this shit show you've made, but maybe you have a different take. And she goes, no, I don't think it's been positive. It's been toxic and really upsetting. So she's upset by this. Poor Irina. And then the quartering got into this with her. He asked her, can you let us know why you feel like it's worth celebrating that the game has excluded white guys? Why did you think of that as an advertising point? She goes, I said not a single one of our alpha demo characters was white. 3 classes, 2 genders, of 3 possible male models, none ended up white. I thought that was amusing. Demo characters, stand-ins, not final. I never said anything about exclusion. Those were words put in my mouth by some odd twisting of my tweet. Quartering says, so now we know why last week the CEO proudly touted that as a former Blizzard developer, her game featured 0 white men. They're just saying it right out loud. She was advertising that her game purposely excluded white men because she is seeking funds. And you can see where he quote tweeted her and she was like looking for money. She's like, yeah, we're an early startup. We're fundraising. Do you want to invest? And she's just like claps back at him. You're very creative in your interpretation of language. You should consider a career in writing fantasy. Okay, so she's accusing everybody who's saying, look, you're just doing this for virtue signaling points. You're trying to appeal to a small demographic and hoping you get some of that DEI, that ESG money, trying to get some backers because your game is going to be diverse. She claims her attack on white men not being in the alpha build is not at all racially motivated. Not at all. And yet, this company, Rainbow Unicorn Games, is a studio with one horrifyingly bad-looking game. Not as bad as Validate. If you've seen the little bits of Validate, this one doesn't seem as bad, but you'll get to the game in a minute. Rainbow Unicorn Games. If you scroll back to this tweet from 2022, I should have brought it up here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. It's not too far down here, though. I promise. So, on August 17th of 2022, they tweeted, as of Monday, Irina Pereira is no longer a part of leadership at Rainbow Unicorn Games. We are eternally grateful for Irina founding this company with us and bringing us together and seeing us through our first year as a company. And then talks about these other people stepping in. Rainbow Unicorn Games, on their main website, says, it's time to make games for the global majority. Diversity and inclusion considered at every level of what we do, fairness and respect at the core of our decision-making, and collaboration drives all problem-solving. Their mission will build a stronger games industry with a company led by a team of diverse creators making worlds for a diverse audience. We will grow the games market through transparency of business practices with community and socially conscious offerings that our customers can feel good about investing in and playing. And of course, their team is all women, or at least people claiming to be women based on the little drawings and names. One person that goes by he, him, Johnny Liu here, director of product. Everybody else presenting themselves as a she, her, she, they, them, her, this, that. Their one game they have is Romancing Jan. It's some sort of weird LARP, Jane Austen-like self-insert storytelling. I don't even know what the hell to call this. It's on Kickstarter, apparently. It's coming to Kickstarter in 2025. Their Kickstarter's not ready yet, so I don't know what this is. But this is a studio that Irina Pereira helped found. And she wants to claim that there's no animosity, no intentionally excluding of white male characters. Give me a break. All right, guys. I appreciate you all for being here. Thanks again for tuning in with me. I don't know if you guys are going to watch this on Easter night. It's about 10 o'clock here, so probably not. So if it's Monday morning, hope you had a good weekend. Don't forget to use my link down below if you're in the market for Meta PCs. If you're looking at those, I have a link now down below. There's a code in the description. And check it out. They've got some awesome stuff. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.